Have you noticed how your sleep has changed over the years? Perhaps you're finding it takes longer to fall asleep, or you wake up more frequently during the night. Maybe you're not feeling as rested in the morning as you once did. If so, you're experiencing what many adults over 65 face: significant changes in sleep patterns that can impact your health, mood, and overall quality of life. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos from SolidSeniors. If you enjoy this video, please type "solid" in the comments. Today, we're going to explore how to create the perfect bedtime routine specifically designed for adults over 65. This isn't about sleeping pills or complicated sleep therapies. It's about simple, practical strategies that work with your body's natural rhythms to help you fall asleep more easily, stay asleep longer, and wake feeling more refreshed. Many people assume that poor sleep is just an inevitable part of aging, something we have to accept and adapt to as the years pass. But sleep researchers have discovered that while certain sleep changes are normal with age, many of the sleep problems seniors experience can be significantly improved with the right approach. The key lies not just in what you do at bedtime, but in creating a comprehensive routine that begins hours before your head hits the pillow. What makes sleep different after 65? Several important changes occur in our sleep architecture, the pattern and depth of sleep stages we experience throughout the night. As we age, we typically spend less time in deep, restorative sleep and more time in lighter sleep stages, making us more vulnerable to awakening from noise, discomfort, or other disturbances. Our circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep and wakefulness, often shifts earlier, making many seniors feel sleepy earlier in the evening and wake earlier in the morning. These natural changes don't have to result in poor sleep quality. With the right bedtime routine, you can work with these shifts rather than fighting against them, optimizing your sleep despite the changes that come with age. Let's explore what the perfect bedtime routine looks like for adults over 65, beginning several hours before sleep. The foundation of good sleep actually begins in the morning, with consistent wake times and proper light exposure. While this might seem unrelated to your bedtime routine, it sets the stage for your entire sleep-wake cycle. Try to wake at approximately the same time each day, even on weekends, and expose yourself to bright natural light soon after waking. This morning light exposure helps set your circadian rhythm, which in turn influences when your body will be ready for sleep in the evening. As the day progresses, be mindful of caffeine consumption. While that afternoon coffee or tea might seem harmless, caffeine has a much longer half-life in older adults. Often 7 hours or more, compared to 3 to 5 hours in younger people. This means the caffeine you consume at 2 p.m. could still be affecting your sleep at 9 p.m. Consider establishing a caffeine curfew, perhaps noon or 1 p.m., beyond which you choose caffeine-free beverages. Physical activity plays a crucial role in sleep quality, but timing matters. For most seniors, moderate exercise in the late afternoon or early evening, perhaps between 4 and 7 p.m., provides optimal benefits for sleep. This timing helps increase your core body temperature, which then falls naturally over the next few hours, enhancing the temperature drop that facilitates sleep onset. Activities like walking, swimming, gentle cycling, or yoga provide excellent options that promote sleep without excessive strain. Now, let's focus on the evening hours, the true beginning of your bedtime routine. About 2 to 3 hours before your intended bedtime, start creating an environment that signals to your body that sleep is approaching. Begin reducing exposure to bright light, particularly the blue light emitted by televisions, computers, phones, and tablets. This blue light suppresses melatonin production, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. If you enjoy using these devices in the evening, consider wearing blue light blocking glasses, which research shows can significantly improve melatonin production and subsequent sleep quality. Many devices also offer night mode settings that reduce blue light emission. Alternatively, consider switching to more sleep-friendly evening activities like reading printed books, listening to calming music, or engaging in quiet conversation. Your evening meal plays a significant role in sleep quality. Large, heavy meals close to bedtime can cause discomfort and indigestion that disrupt sleep. Consider making dinner your lighter meal of the day, and aim to finish eating at least 3 hours before bedtime to allow for initial digestion. If you find yourself hungry in the evening, choose a small snack that combines complex carbohydrates with a small amount of protein, perhaps a banana with a teaspoon of almond butter, or a few whole grain crackers with a small piece of cheese. Certain foods can be particularly beneficial for sleep when consumed in the evening. Tart cherries, kiwi fruit, fatty fish, nuts, especially walnuts and almonds, and whole grains like oatmeal have all shown potential sleep benefits in research studies. These foods contain various compounds that support melatonin production or provide nutrients like magnesium and tryptophan that facilitate sleep. Beverage choices in the evening are equally important. While alcohol might help you fall asleep initially, it significantly disrupts sleep architecture, particularly in the second half of the night. As your body metabolizes alcohol, it often causes a rebound effect that lightens sleep and increases awakenings. For optimal sleep quality, consider limiting alcohol or enjoying it with an early dinner rather than as a nightcap. Hydration presents a balancing act for many seniors. Adequate hydration supports good sleep, but too much fluid close to bedtime can lead to nighttime bathroom trips that disrupt sleep. Consider front-loading your hydration earlier in the day, then tapering fluid intake in the evening hours. If you take medications that require water at bedtime, use just enough to swallow pills comfortably rather than drinking a full glass. About an hour before your intended bedtime, begin your specific pre-sleep routine, a consistent sequence of activities that signals to your body and mind that sleep is imminent. This routine becomes a powerful cue for sleep when practiced consistently, helping you transition more easily from wakefulness to sleep. Start by preparing your sleep environment. The ideal bedroom for seniors is cool, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, dark, and quiet. Consider using blackout curtains or a sleep mask if outside light is an issue. For noise concerns, earplugs or a white noise machine can be helpful, particularly if you have a snoring partner or live in a noisy environment. Your mattress and pillows deserve special attention as we age. The supportive needs of our bodies change, and a mattress that worked well in your 50s might not provide adequate support in your 70s. Consider whether your current sleep surface addresses your specific needs, perhaps more cushioning for sensitive joints or firmer support for back issues. Pillows should maintain proper alignment of your head and neck, which might require different heights or firmness than you used previously. Next, engage in relaxing activities that help transition your mind from the concerns of the day to a state conducive to sleep. For many seniors, gentle stretching proves particularly beneficial, especially focusing on areas that tend to hold tension like the neck, shoulders, and lower back. These stretches need not be strenuous. Simple movements that gently release muscle tension can significantly improve comfort and relaxation at bedtime. A warm bath or shower approximately 30 to 60 minutes before bed offers multiple benefits for sleep. The warming of your body, followed by the natural cooling when you exit the water, mimics the temperature drop that facilitates sleep onset. For additional benefit, consider adding Epsom salts to a bath, as the magnesium they contain may help relax muscles and calm the nervous system. Mindfulness practices or gentle meditation can be particularly effective components of a bedtime routine. These need not be complicated. Even 5 to 10 minutes of focused breathing or body scan meditation can help quiet an active mind and prepare for sleep. Many seniors find guided meditations helpful, and numerous free recordings designed specifically for sleep are available through apps or online resources. For those who enjoy reading before sleep, choose printed books or e-readers with non-backlit screens rather than tablets or phones. Content matters too. Engaging mysteries or troubling news might stimulate rather than relax your mind. Consider material that's pleasant but not overly stimulating, perhaps nature writing, gentle fiction, poetry, or inspirational texts that provide a positive focus for your thoughts as you transition to sleep. Some seniors find that writing in a journal helps clear the mind before sleep. This might include noting things you're grateful for, recording brief reflections on the day, or writing down concerns or tasks for tomorrow, effectively transferring them from your mind to paper so they don't circulate in your thoughts as you try to sleep. Medication management is an important consideration in your bedtime routine. Review your medication schedule with your healthcare provider to determine optimal timing. Some medications work better when taken at specific times relative to sleep, and simple adjustments can sometimes make a significant difference in both sleep quality and medication effectiveness. If you take sleep medications, whether prescription or over-the-counter, integrate them thoughtfully into your routine. Take them at the same time each night, allowing the appropriate interval before sleep as directed by your healthcare provider or medication instructions. Be particularly cautious with sleep aids, as many have increased side effects or longer duration of action in older adults. Now, let's address what happens when you actually get into bed, a critical transition point in your sleep routine. First, consider your sleeping position. As we age, certain positions become more or less comfortable based on joint issues, breathing considerations, or other health factors. Side sleeping with proper pillow support between the knees, for lower back comfort, and a supportive pillow for your head often works well for many seniors. If you prefer back sleeping, a small pillow under the knees can reduce lower back strain. Once you're in your preferred position, rather than immediately expecting sleep, allow yourself a few minutes of intentional relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation provides a structured approach, starting at your feet and working upward. Tense each muscle group briefly, then release completely, noting the sensation of relaxation that follows. This systematic relaxation helps release physical tension that might otherwise interfere with sleep onset. Breathing techniques offer another powerful tool for this final transition to sleep. The 4-7-8 breathing method, developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, involves inhaling quietly through your nose for a count of 4, holding your breath for a count of 7, and exhaling completely through your mouth for a count of 8. This pattern activates the parasympathetic nervous system, creating a relaxation response that facilitates sleep. For those who find their mind becomes active with worries or planning when they lie down, having a specific thought focus can be helpful. Some seniors benefit from simple visualization, perhaps imagining a peaceful place in detail, or mentally walking through a familiar, pleasant route step by step. Others find it helpful to focus on gratitude, mentally listing things they appreciate about their day or life in general. If you don't fall asleep within about 20 to 30 minutes, sleep specialists recommend getting up rather than lying in bed frustrated. Move to another room with dim lighting and engage in a quiet, non-stimulating activity until you feel sleepy again. This approach, part of a therapy called stimulus control, helps maintain the association between your bed and sleep rather than wakefulness or frustration. Now, let's talk about what happens during the night, an important consideration since most seniors experience some nighttime awakenings. Prepare for these by keeping your path to the bathroom clear and having a small night light with a red bulb, which has minimal impact on melatonin, to guide you safely without fully waking you. Avoid checking the time if you wake during the night, as seeing the clock often triggers calculations about how much sleep you're missing, creating anxiety that makes returning to sleep more difficult. If you wake during the night and don't fall back asleep within about 20 minutes, apply the same principle mentioned earlier: get up briefly, keep lighting dim, and engage in a quiet activity until sleepiness returns. Keep a light blanket or robe near your bed to stay comfortable during these brief periods out of bed without fully waking yourself by searching for warm clothing. For those who wake with physical discomfort during the night, consider keeping necessary items like pain relievers, water, or other comfort measures on your nightstand so they're easily accessible without fully rousing yourself. Discuss persistent nighttime pain or discomfort with your healthcare provider, as extended-release formulations of pain medications or specific evening treatments might provide better coverage through the night. Let's now consider how to adapt this ideal bedtime routine for common situations that affect many seniors. If you live with a partner whose sleep schedule or preferences differ from yours, communication and compromise become essential. Consider using separate blankets if temperature preferences differ, or explore solutions like dual firmness mattresses that accommodate different comfort needs. If significantly different bedtimes or sleep disturbances are issues, some couples find that separate bedrooms, at least occasionally, allow both partners to get the rest they need while maintaining intimacy in other aspects of their relationship. For those who provide care for a spouse or live with family members, establishing boundaries around your sleep needs can be challenging but important. Be clear about your bedtime routine and its importance to your health, working with family members to create arrangements that respect everyone's needs. This might include designated quiet hours in the home, or arrangements for shared caregiving responsibilities that allow adequate rest for all involved. Travel presents another challenge to consistent sleep routines. When possible, maintain elements of your home routine even when away, perhaps packing a familiar pillow, your regular sleep supplements, or other portable aspects of your routine. Adjust gradually to new time zones rather than forcing immediate adaptation, and be particularly attentive to light exposure, which can help reset your circadian rhythm more effectively than changing sleep times alone. Seasonal changes affect many seniors' sleep patterns, particularly in regions with significant variation in daylight hours. During summer months with earlier sunrises, ensure your bedroom has adequate light blocking to prevent premature awakening. In winter, consider using a light therapy box in the morning to compensate for reduced natural light exposure, helping maintain a healthy circadian rhythm despite shorter days. Health conditions common in seniors often require specific adaptations to the ideal bedtime routine. For those with arthritis or joint pain, gentle stretching and heat therapy, like a warm shower or heating pad, before bed can reduce discomfort that might otherwise disrupt sleep. Taking pain medication approximately 30 minutes before bed, if approved by your healthcare provider, allows it to take effect as you're falling asleep rather than wearing off during the night. For those with respiratory conditions like COPD or sleep apnea, proper positioning becomes particularly important. Elevating the head of the bed slightly, about 4 to 6 inches, can improve breathing during sleep. Ensure that CPAP equipment, if prescribed, is clean, properly fitted, and incorporated into your routine so it becomes a normal part of sleep preparation rather than a disruption. Digestive issues like GERD or heartburn often worsen when lying flat. In addition to finishing meals well before bedtime, consider elevating the head of your bed, not just using extra pillows, which can create neck strain, and sleeping on your left side, which positions the stomach below the esophagus, reducing reflux for many people. Heart conditions may require specific sleeping positions or medication timing. Many cardiologists recommend left-side sleeping to reduce pressure on the heart, though individual recommendations vary based on specific conditions. Discuss with your healthcare provider whether certain heart medications might be better taken at specific times relative to sleep to optimize their effectiveness and minimize sleep disruption. Urinary frequency, a common concern for many seniors, can significantly disrupt sleep. In addition to tapering fluid intake in the evening, consider timing any diuretic medications for earlier in the day when possible. For men with prostate issues, medication specifically targeting nighttime urinary symptoms might be appropriate. Discuss options with your healthcare provider if nighttime bathroom trips are frequently disrupting your sleep. Cognitive conditions like mild cognitive impairment or early dementia benefit particularly from consistent routines. The predictability of a regular bedtime sequence provides security and helps compensate for memory challenges. Visual cues like a simple written checklist of bedtime steps can support independence in completing the routine even when memory fluctuates. Now, let's discuss how to implement these various elements into a cohesive routine that works for your specific needs and preferences. The perfect bedtime routine isn't identical for everyone. It should be personalized to address your particular sleep challenges, health conditions, and lifestyle. However, certain principles apply universally: consistency, gradual transition from activity to rest, and attention to both physical and mental preparation for sleep. Start by identifying your ideal bedtime based on when you naturally feel sleepy and when you need to wake in the morning. Most adults over 65 still need 7 to 8 hours of sleep for optimal health, though this may come through a combination of nighttime sleep and brief daytime rest. Once you've identified this target bedtime, work backward to determine when to begin your pre-sleep routine, typically 60 to 90 minutes before your intended sleep time. Next, select specific activities from those we've discussed that appeal to you and address your particular sleep challenges. If racing thoughts keep you awake, emphasize mental calming techniques like journaling or meditation. If physical discomfort is your primary issue, focus more on comfortable positioning, appropriate pain management, and gentle stretching or heat therapy. Create a sequence that flows naturally from more active to increasingly restful activities. Perhaps begin with any evening medications and personal care like brushing teeth or washing your face, then move to gentle stretching, followed by relaxation techniques in bed. The specific activities matter less than their consistent sequence, which over time becomes a powerful signal to your body and mind that sleep is approaching. Consider creating a written outline of your routine, at least initially, to help establish consistency. This doesn't need to be elaborate. Simple bullet points noting the sequence and approximate timing can help you maintain the routine until it becomes habitual. Some seniors find that checking items off this list provides a satisfying sense of completion to their day while ensuring no important elements are forgotten. Implement your new routine gradually rather than changing everything at once. Perhaps start with consistent sleep and wake times for the first week, then add structured light management the second week, followed by relaxation techniques the third week. This gradual approach makes changes more sustainable and allows you to observe which elements have the most significant impact on your sleep quality. Track your progress using a simple sleep diary or app. Note your bedtime routine completion, estimated time to fall asleep, any nighttime awakenings, final wake time, and subjective sleep quality. This record helps identify patterns and improvements that might not be immediately obvious day to day. After a few weeks, review your notes to see which strategies seem most effective for your particular situation. Be patient with the process of establishing new sleep habits. Research suggests it takes about 3 to 4 weeks of consistent practice for new routines to become habitual. During this transition period, you might experience some nights of improved sleep interspersed with more challenging nights. This variability is normal and doesn't indicate failure. The goal is improvement in the overall pattern rather than perfection every night. Remember that your perfect bedtime routine may need periodic adjustments as your health, living situation, or seasons change. What works beautifully in winter might need modification during summer months with longer daylight hours. Medications that change, health conditions that evolve, or new living arrangements might all necessitate thoughtful adaptation of your routine. For those who continue to experience significant sleep difficulties despite implementing a comprehensive bedtime routine, consider consulting a healthcare provider specializing in sleep medicine. Certain sleep disorders become more common with age and may require specific treatment beyond routine modifications. Sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, and REM sleep behavior disorder all occur more frequently in older adults and benefit from targeted interventions. As we conclude, let's review the key elements of the perfect bedtime routine for adults over 65. Begin with a foundation of consistent wake times and morning light exposure to set your circadian rhythm. Be mindful of caffeine, limiting it to morning hours, and time physical activity for optimal sleep benefits. Create an evening environment that signals sleep is approaching, with reduced blue light exposure and calming activities. Make thoughtful choices about evening meals and beverages, avoiding large meals and alcohol close to bedtime. Establish a specific pre-sleep sequence that includes preparing your sleep environment, relaxing activities like gentle stretching or a warm bath, and mindfulness practices or reading. Manage medications thoughtfully, timing them for optimal effectiveness and minimal sleep disruption. Use specific relaxation techniques as you transition to sleep, including comfortable positioning, progressive muscle relaxation, and controlled breathing. Prepare for potential nighttime awakenings with safe pathways, minimal lighting, and strategies for returning to sleep. Adapt your routine for specific health conditions, living situations, and seasonal changes. Implement changes gradually, track your progress, and be patient as new habits develop. What's particularly encouraging about creating an effective bedtime routine is that the benefits extend far beyond just improved sleep. Better sleep quality contributes to enhanced cognitive function, improved mood, better immune system function, reduced pain perception, and lower risk for numerous health conditions including heart disease, diabetes, and depression. The time invested in developing your perfect bedtime routine pays dividends across virtually all aspects of health and well-being. Perhaps most importantly, quality sleep supports the independence and engagement that define a fulfilling life in our senior years. When we're well rested, we have more energy for the activities we enjoy, stronger cognitive resources for learning and social connection, and greater emotional resilience for life's challenges. Far from being a luxury, good sleep is a foundation of healthy aging and quality of life. As you develop your personalized bedtime routine, remember that small, consistent changes often yield the most significant and sustainable improvements. You don't need to transform your entire approach to sleep overnight. Begin with the elements that seem most relevant to your specific sleep challenges, and build from there. Each positive change creates momentum for further improvements, gradually transforming your relationship with sleep. What stood out to you the most from our discussion today? Which elements of the perfect bedtime routine do you already practice, and which might you incorporate into your evening? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video from SolidSeniors.